Well, here we start with a hammer-on from the 12th to the 14th frets on the 4th string. This is on the upbeat of 3 to the downbeat of 4, and then we conclude with a damped root, here G, 12th fret, 3rd string, as we head into the G chord. So that pickup sounds like that. We're going to a bend from here into a chord tone. We're at the 14th fret. We're going to bend that up a whole step and leave it bent while we reach for another chord tone. I'm stopping it from ringing right now to illustrate that. That's at the 15th fret, 2nd string. And then with that pre-bent note, we're going to hit it and then release it and pull off to the 12th fret. So let me play just that part without the pickup. With the pickup. One more time. Now I realize I added the second bend to there. I misspoke earlier. We're going to not leave that first on beat 1 left bent, but instead return, hopefully silently, damp the pick. So let me demonstrate how I would do that with the pickup and so forth. So I've got my fingertip on the 3rd string, letting it down, and then going for another bend. And then the quick release there with the pull-off. Okay, going to measure 2, there's a chord change, and so we're going to address that. We're at the 12th fret here, whole step bend into the root of the A chord, leaving that bent to head up to the 12th fret on the 2nd string, then quickly coming down for another full step, whole step bend with vibrato. So that measure. Now, a quick pickup to take us to our next chord change. That begins on the upbeat of 4 here in measure 2 with the 5th fret on the 1st string. This note is damped. As we head into measure 3, we're at the 7th fret on the 3rd string. That's a whole step bend. Then over to 5th fret on both the 1st string and 2nd strings. 8th fret. And then from the 5th to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, we slide downwards and go to the 5th fret 3rd string, playing it and then slowly bending up and going to a damp note on the 3rd fret 1st string. So we're just into beat 1 of measure 4. Let me demonstrate what we have so far with that pickup that began on the upbeat of 4 in measure 2. That's Then from there, we go to the 3rd fret with a slight bend on the 3rd string and move up to the 4th fret, back to the 3rd fret, sliding down to the 2nd, and then pulling off to the open. With the pull off. And that's the basic fingering for the riff and embellishments as well. Okay, now as far as what you could do for variations, let's take a harmonizing approach. And so we're back here with our original pickup at the 12th fret. We're going to do a double stop and try to get an even sound by picking the 4th string with the pick and the 3rd string with the fingernail. So that basic sound would be that. We're going to add into that our hammer-on as before, and moving on up to the single note at the 12th fret 3rd string. So that's going to sound like. From there we'll continue with harmonizing, and I'm going to use my 4th finger for this. I've got it on some chord tones, and we're bending about a 1/4 step, and so that's going to give us. So from there back to the 12th fret on the 3rd string, and then up to the 15th fret, so that's. Then our bend and release as before, harmonizing for the next chord. That's the 14th fret on both the 3rd and 2nd strings, and then moving down for a bend at the 12th fret. Then we're down to our lower position, same pickup and first few moves as before. What we're going to add here is a pull-off from the 8th to the 5th fret. So instead of what we had before, which was, we'll have, I said pull-off, I meant hammer-on, excuse me. And as before, and now some harmonization, double stops to finish up from 3rd to 5th frets on the 3rd and 2nd strings, and then sliding down to 2nd and back into the root, this time at the 5th fret on the 4th string. So there's a few ideas, and again with that double stop slide, excuse me, it could have gone down to the open strings. Let me demonstrate how that would work. Okay, there you go. On to the next phrase.